Good morning, it's Catherine from Moonstarlodge. You're a local elder and psychic medium, former spiritualist minister, now moderator of Wolf Island Indigenous Church. Among other things, among all the other hats I wear, dog mom, cat caretaker. We're doing the reading today for the week of Monday, January 10th through Sunday the 16th. And as I look at the cards that I pulled, I'm getting a deep sense, actually, that a number of people must be struggling in the post-winter holiday period. And it seems very clear where our intentions need to flow. So that's where the energy goes. So I'm going to ask Brian to flip to the cards, and you will see that we're back in the medicine wheel position. For East, South, West, and North, I'm using the Naked Heart Tarot by Jillian C. Wilde. I'm using her Antiquities of Magic cards as the clarifiers to the tarot, and Naked Heart is a tarot. I'm using the Star Codes Astro Oracle, which is quite new. These two cards here are from Star Codes to give us some astrological advice. I'm using these two cards from Shamanic Healing for the ancestors. Or for the healers cards, and Judith Pintar's cards for the ancestors. And before we even get too far, we have to let the puppy go back upstairs because she's dancing at the door here to get out. So with the medicine wheel position, and I felt a need to kind of go home to this. I've been experimenting, bringing you other different spreads, but my heart is with this spread, and I need to follow my heart today. So in all ways, whether we're aligning the opening of our teepee or whether we're opening a circle for a wedding procession, we start with the East, the beginning. So this is in protection. This is the Hanged Man. And I'm turning it around simply for your visual. This one is asking us whether we are leading from a place of ego rather from place of intuition. The Hanged One is always about stepping back and accepting situations for what they are and becoming the observer with beginner mind, as the Buddhists would say. But if we're just barreling forward and coming into a situation or observing a situation from place of ego, that doesn't serve us. It's clarified by the Bird card, and the Bird card is in a Lenormand situation about messages. And in this instance, this particular Antiquities of Magic, the bird represents listening to higher communication, going to a higher place. It's a very positive card. And this is acting as a totem to the Hanged One. So know that you have communication from your partnership with Spirit about what it is you need to, the place you need to come from, really, as you observe the beginnings of this week. And companionship appears in a number of places here, including with the dog or wolf companion. So we move from the East position, the beginning concepts of the week, to the universe. This card is the only tarot card that is upright. It's about wild blessings, and it's clarified by Tulip here, which is playfulness and joy. So Spirit is telling us that when we illuminate, because this is in the position of the South, South is the bright sunshine, the summer energies, the energies of the prime of life. We have this available to us. It's really important to know that underneath all our own angst is when we disconnect from source, when we disconnect from those guides, teachers, ascended masters, angels, archangels, all those beings which exist in the universe to support us. If we start going solo or rogue, we end up tying ourselves in knots. So this is clarifying here for us that everything is there to make it extremely beautiful week. We just have to know how to get back to self, the capital S self. In the West position, we have the Five of Cups and a Raven Totem. I'm turning it around for the purposes of the explanation here. So it's in protection. It's asking, are we not allowing the things which cause us to be in despair to move on? Are we just rolling them over and over and over again in our minds? The Crow Totem is the call to the shaman. The shaman is about shape-shifting and transmuting things, and this crow becomes one of the animals, as well as dog, as well as camel, as well as bee and butterfly and bird, which can be available to us. The Antiquities card here, clarifying this, brings us butterflies. Butterflies are about transmutation, and they are transmuting this energy of brokenhearted loss and grief. This is really a card of grief. But we can let go the situation causing us grief and let go despair by allowing higher energies in. We come now to Camel. Camel is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands are about a passionate pursuit that has come to an end. I'm going to turn Camel around for the purposes of ease of view here. Normally, this is a card of an ending of an event that you've passionately created. It's an endeavor, but the weight of it and the process, everything you've put into that creative endeavor is now weighing you down. But when it's in protection or reversed position, it suggests that instead of accepting responsibility for the weight that you carry, you're projecting the issues onto others. And all that does is slow the camel down even more. There is enough energy here to realign yourself, to think it through and say, yes, this project is done. Time to move on to another endeavor. It's clarified by dog. Excuse me. Sorry, had to have a little coffee shot there. Dog is companion. Dog is honorable to the death. So know that dog spirit walks with you and is trying to help you retain or return the responsibility for the burdens that you carry with respect to your endeavors, and to realize that it's time to let this burden down, let this bundle go. Now, the ancestral energy. Here we have, this is Judith Pintar's deck, we have incarnation. Something is coming into being. It requires vision. This is an incarnation card. This is a card sitting in the west. So this applies to the situation in the west of the wheel. And this is also west. This is the Gaia. This is the all that is. This is the sacredness. We are approaching on the 17th, at the end of the cycle that this reading covers. We're approaching an apogee full moon on Monday the 17th. So this is a really important time to be very clear what you're manifesting. So you're manifesting a return to center. You're taking the time to vision. Here's another bird totem flanking another flyer. This is about taking things to the higher realms. It's so abundantly clear to me that it's, I don't even need to see here. You just need to look at these cards and intuit. This is talking about an inner journey. This is the shaman card that I've pulled from the shamanic healing deck. Healing is medicine, medicine is teaching. And so this is about taking an inner journey to look at the inner landscape. This is how we vision. We look at the inner landscape. We go to the place of the hanged one where we're becoming the observer, looking for assistance with the visions and trusting our intuition. We can't do this without our own intuition. The inner journey is taking us away from the prying eyes and the pressures of an external life. It's very easy in the new year to say, oh, I should lose weight. I should, wish I could go back to the gym. It's closed in the pandemic. Other people are pressuring me to do things in a certain way. You need to let go external influences and external pressures. This is an internal journey. And this shaman card here is movement and balance. And ultimately, that's what this is becoming. Movement and balance back. The circle becomes full circle. You're finding a sense of balance between your life in this present world, our third dimensional world, and the balance of having to live and coordinate and be with others, having some doing healing for yourself. When you expose yourself in the healing process to others, you actually bring a higher vibration of healing to everyone that you meet. You lift them up when you lift yourself up. Now, the astrological suggestions from Spirit are Scorpio, which is investigate. This is a water sign. It's about emotion and subconscious. It's really asking you to use the energy of Scorpio to investigate where you kind of got off the rails here and say, okay, I know how to get back in connection with my intuition. I know how to transmute things. I will call upon totems and friends and higher counsel. This card is symbiosis. It's looking at a trine or sextile. If you happen to do your chart astrologically or go to astro.com, have a look and see what is either in the trine, what planets and in what houses are trined or sextiled for you this week. But you don't need to know that to understand the point of this card. When something is in symbiosis, it's moving together perfectly. It's gelling together. It's connecting together. This is somebody walking alone, overburdened. This is someone with a broken heart and grieving because they feel alone. The hanged one is another one who's just hanging there by itself, not connecting with what it needs to see. But this card tells us we have the universe at our beck and call, as it always was. We brought so many gifts from the many lives that this universe card represents. We've brought it forward. We have access to it. But the only way, you can flip the thing, the only way we can access the gifts are to go inward. I do this sometimes with regressions with people. If they want to know what gifts they had in other lifetimes, art, dance, scholarly gifts, whatever it is, how to bring those attributes into their present life so they can resume that. You don't need to go as far as regression. You need to just turn inward and begin to look at what it is you like, what you're drawn to, what causes you fear, and to address it. But in the smaller scale of this week, let's look at just realigning with Source and reconnecting with that giant body of energy from which we all derive as individual projections of that one universal source. So, have a wonderful week. I hope this week reading resonates. Please leave a comment. Please leave a like. That helps us with our Google algorithm. You can send us a donation, buy me a coffee, whatever it is. We appreciate you subscribing and following along with us. Miigwech, Yawen, have a wonderful week.